The video. Today we are playing Esper Yorion. This is the original deck list that I had started with when exploring this whole Yorion Charming Prince package and strategy, and it's by far been one of my favorite decks to play this year for sure, and definitely recently. I know this deck has been pretty hot lately, at least for a good chunk of what I see other people playing. So I'm sure the concept and implementation is pretty familiar to a lot of you guys by now. But the main idea is to get Charming Prince out and then and then flash blink it with Yorion, and then when Charming Prince comes back, it'll blink the Yorion, and then Yorion will come back and blink the Prince, etc., etc. All the while you're also blinking Omen of the Sun, Omen of the Sea, Oath of Kaya, Disinformation Campaign, etc. And just getting mad value out of that. Throw in Archon of Sun's Grace and you get a bunch of Archon tokens, which is really good against aggro in particular. Even just slamming this down against aggro and then just start building a board after that is really useful. A couple cards that I run in this version that don't often appear in other versions I've seen are Teferi's Time Twist. It's a very good tricky card that can interrupt your opponent's targeting of something. Like for example, if this is still when Luca Fires is a thing, and Fire's Invention and Agent of Treachery aren't banned yet. For some reason today they were supposed to be banned, but I've been playing all day and I haven't seen any update to the game at all. But we run this to stop with agents stealing our shit, and we use Definitely of Detention for extra removal. Both of these cards, I think, round out this kind of strategy very well, and it's been very effective for me. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and try and find a couple good games. Okay, looking at this hand, we go first against Luris, and we have two Charming Prince. This seems good enough. I usually like Charming Princes in my opening hand. So we'll scry with the first one. What are some dangerous turn 2 plays that they have? They could do... They're probably doing Deadweight, Hateful, or what do you call it? The other one, Mire's Grasp. Yeah. Let's get rid of the Mire's Grasp, I guess, so that they can't remove our stuff. I think we can develop a game plan to fight all the other stuff they're going to throw at us. But if they remove our stuff, then it's going to be difficult. Because we want to keep our Charming Princes on the board. Tef. It doesn't help us here, I don't think, since they have something to give their creature hexproof. Once again, should have played the Godless Shrine tap so that if we got an untapped land we can just play Archon without having to shock a land in. Doesn't seem like I'm learning from my mistakes very good. Not gonna block, no need to, since we know they have combat tricks in their hand. Heartless Act, decent draw. Let's go ahead and throw out an Archon out. Let's go ahead and attack with the Prince, because I don't think they have any flash blockers. Archon will be good at defending lands into the lifelink. Good anti-aggro card. 4 or 5 lifelinker on their side. Time twist, not bad. We really need to get some permanents out onto the battlefield to start getting this Yorion value going. What are the chances they have 2 of this shit? Let's go and get the Tef first. We'll Heartless Act to get this evasion out of their hand on their turn. And then we'll come back and use Tef to bounce this Hateful Eidolon back to their hand and draw a card, get player land. And then we'll have Teferi's Time Twist up to do some shenanigans if we need to. That's fine. Ooh, okay. Now they're using all their mana to get rid of a Charming Prince. Looks like I'm going to be killing this Lurrus. And then also returning Hateful Eidolon to their hand. Put our plan into action. Play the planes. We have Time Twist available. We might want to twist it to Teferi. That evades that removal from them, so that's good. But we do lose our Teferi. We would have anyway.
Only time will tell.
Unless we twisted the Teferi. Let's go ahead and scry. Deputy of Detention looking very good here. At least it'll get that icky evasion out of their hand. And then next turn we can blink the Deputy of Detention with Yorion. And still get the Hateful Eidolon. Really looking for some enchantments though. Oh baby. He completely forgot about the Yorion play. So we'll go ahead and punish him for that. Another Teferi. Not really necessary at this point. So let's go ahead and flash the Deputy. What does this do? Gains indestructible. That's not going to stop the Deputy though. Okay, we should be good. Now we're looping Yorion, so we can just play stuff and still get value from it. Just throw it on into the loop. But opponent decided not to deal with that. I wouldn't blame them. I go first against Obosh. Sun's Grace is great against Obosh. But is it good enough? We want more early game plays than this, I think. not substantially better, but we do have a scry land, so that we can hopefully have some sort of control over how the game goes. Perfect champion. Let's go ahead and play a land that lets us play Omen of the Sea. Okay, we're going to draw with Omen, and then we're shooting for an untapped black source so we can Agonizing Remorse without shocking in something, take the Heraldic Banner away. But we might have to shock. Heartless Act, is that worth it? That can kill the Obosh himself. And then we get a white source for, or another land for Archon of Sun's Grace. Let's go ahead and get that Heraldic Banner. They have another one? Okay, well if they draw a land, it's pretty much GG. We're going to take 6. It did not draw a land, so we might still be in this. Go to 8, or don't have to. We can play Castle Vantress and then Archon. Okay, if they play Banner now, they can't, so they're just gonna double shock my Archon, that's fine. Go to 6. I guess we have to Yorion. Looking for something that gains his life. Lands do not gain his HP, at least not in this deck. Oh my god. Let's go ahead and block the champion. We still can live next turn. We're going to want to time twist the Omen of the Sea to get a better draw. Does Heraldic Banner kill us? No, it doesn't. Let's go ahead and block the Initiate. And Heartless Act one of the 10th Street Dodgers will go to 1. Archon is that good enough? They play Obosh next turn. We need something that gains us life immediately, I think. But this is the best that we got so far. Really hoping they don't have any way to deal damage to my face. Oh fuck, I forgot that they could just get through my defenses. Oh well. Okay. We don't know what we're up against. This is a decent hand. The question is, do we want to do Charming Prince or Thought Erasure first? We'll play Charming Prince for the HP. And then Thought Erasure them next turn. Or Disinformation first and then Thought Erasure. I like that more. Ominous Sun is nice in this matchup. Next turn we'll do Thought Erasure. Hopefully we'll get a white source so that we can play Archon. Priest of the Forgotten Gods, we really need to get rid of that. Well, it looks like the Charming Prince is dead. Unless we want to play Omen of the Sun. Or we Thought Erasure and then Teferi's Time Twist the Charming Prince. I think I like that. Oh shit, I forgot I only have one blue source. That sucks. Definitely getting the Mayhem Devil. That land will do, because we need it. We need those colors, even though it's not going to be immediately useful because it's a tap land. Priest of the Forgotten God's going to be really annoying. Can't even play our Archon into it because it'll just make us sacrifice it. Looks like our best bet's going to be Omen of the Sun. I really wish I could play Archons of Sun Grace first, get some value out of that, but it doesn't look like we're going to. Get some life, block some 2 damage. Okay. Claim the Firstborn my token. Don't think I've ever seen that before. Okay, Oath of Kai is good. So we can get rid of the priest. Considering playing Teferi's Time Twist on the Omen of the Sun. Let's go ahead and do that. That's probably our best defensive play. And then next turn we can play Archon as Summer's Grace pretty safely. And then we can start getting life off of that again. If we do draw a land that we can play untapped, we can Archon of Sun's Grace, Omen of the Sea. We'll keep block at the Butcher so that he can't hit our life total. These games with sacrifice decks always take way too long. Okay. Now I can Oath of Kaya the Dreadhorde Butcher and go to 15, and then he's going to put me down to 13 probably. Or kill the token, and then I'll take 3, go to 12. Not sure. I think we do throw out the Archon as Sun's Grace and hold back our token. I wonder what they're going to do with this. They're probably still going to attack with the Butcher because they know that they can deal 4 damage to Archon that way. But I wonder if they're going to attack with anything else, because I could just eat them up with the Archon. That's fine. Let's go ahead and get our Archon to attack, get some life first. Now we'll play Oath of Kaya on the Dreadhorde Butcher. Create a token, gain some more life, and now we have Omen of the Sea up to create another token. To ambush. Oh, did I not play my land? Am I that stupid? Okay then. Feel free to make fun of me. Deputy of Detention. They have been tapping out in order to out their Witch's Oven in order to use it on their turn for their Cauldron Familiars. So I might actually be able to land the Deputy onto the Cauldron Familiars, just judging from their playing style. For some god-awful reason, they've been doing that. Like right here, for instance. They're probably going to do that, instead of just waiting to do it on my turn. But I guess we'll teach them not to do that. Oh, okay. I guess we'll shock in a Godless Shrine, play Disinformation Campaign to draw a card. Then we'll keep Omen of the Sun available to ambush any more attackers they might have. And then next turn we can Oath of Kaya plus Deputy of Detention. Oath of Kaya the Gutter Bones to get the Witch's Oven to sacrifice it so that they don't have any more Witch's Ovens to save the cats. Okay, they already saw that they were going to lose. Okay. Opponent goes first. This is pretty decent against aggro, so I'll go ahead and keep it. Untap Mountain. No turn 1 play. Steam Can. Good thing we have Heartless Act for that. I would play the Omen of the Sea normally, but I just want to get that out of here. The dream would be Annex, so that we can Deputy of Detention it. Since they don't have anything to detain right now, we're just gonna say go, keep up Omen of the Sun. Okay, Archon is good. They have Hasty Boys, so we want to play the Deputy over the Teferi, even though both would be fine. Heraldic Banner, you say? Okay, we can see the Fervent Champion, but it's not getting through my Deputy of Detention. So let's go ahead and play Tef and bounce the
I
banner.
am not putting this one out.
Play the fountain tapped. No attacks, so that it doesn't get through to Tef. Torbrand. This fervent will get through my deputy's attention. So we're just gonna hold it back. We have a backup Tef anyway. Plus we're probably gonna detain the Torbrand. Yeah, I would scoop too. Quick game. Like I said, these kind of decks, at least how I build them, are definitely geared towards aggro, because on the best one ladder, aggro is usually what you see. This is workable. Going second though, so against aggro we will definitely be losing a little bit of life. But we have Oath of Kaya to gain some back, and also Archon. Both good anti-aggro cards. So it's probably not an aggro deck, because aggro decks usually don't run Fabled Passage. If it's not aggro and has black, it has some sort of control component to it. It might be Sultai. I think we need to keep this, even though we don't want to tap land. Okay, so it is an aggro deck. Let's go ahead and see what they do. Usually they don't play Fabled Passage, but I guess some do. There really is no reason to kill it right now. It's only 2 damage. We can go ahead and Oath of Kaya the Ajani's Pridemate. And then next turn, play Deputy or Oath of Kaya, and then Temple. Heliod's not an issue because we have Deputy. Temple, Time Twist. I think that'll be useful because we do see removal in the form of Giant Killer. So let's go ahead and get this Heliod out of here. Opponent running out of options. What is Soren going to do? Is it going to return the Pridemate? That just means we can Oath of Kaya the Soren and Heartless Act the Ajani's Pridemate. But maybe we do want to be greedy and put the Archon in and start slapping cheeks with it next turn. Actually, we might have to just Oath of Kaya the Ajani's Pridemate right now, otherwise it's going to get out of hand. And then, do we want to Agonizing Remorse? Actually, I think we do. If they have a threat in their hand, we can take care of it. Or if they have something in their... Or we can kill the Pride Mate. Okay, we do see the dire tactics. They can exile our deputy. Let's actually get rid of that. Then we can go in with deputy and prevent him from returning to Pride Mate. So their only play this turn looks like to be the acrobat, which we can not kill with Heartless Act. We might actually be able to kill it with Heartless Act if we block with the Archon and then remove its counters. Sadly, it's... Okay, so Yorion and Blink the Deputy for the Bloodthirsty Arcanist and then Othakai for the Sorin keep the Heliod up. Well, Heliod, yeah, Heliod's not going to give us any problems at this point. So let's go ahead and do that play. What is the opponent going to do in this situation? It's not too much of a difference. It doesn't really do anything in it. Now next turn we can play Archon pretty safely. Hey, it's a land, but it is a tap land. Let's go ahead and get the Archon out, and then attack with Yorion. The pressure's on the opponent this time. Found a way to exile my deputy anyway. Did they have a way to gain life before declaring attackers? That's the real question. But we still have the block with Archon and then Heartless Act to remove the counters trick, if we need to fall back on it. That's fine. Attacking with Yorion is no longer a question. We don't do it. Why tap the Archon though? Now I'm just gonna block with Yorion and remove the counters. Tapping the Archon.